chats, car chats, car chats. Welcome back to Car Chats F1 with Amy and Anna.
I'm Amy.
And I'm Anna. And that was a very underwhelming car chats from you.
It was because you started off by going, hey. And then you were like, oh wait, I forgot how we start. I was like,
flashback.
Hey. I forgot how we started then.
End of flashback.
hey.
Hey. Well, hey guys. Welcome back to Car Chats F1 with Amy and Anna. You can find us on TikTok at CarChatsF1 and same for Instagram. And our Patreon is patreon.com/CarChatsF1 to support the pod and help keep us ad-free. Ooh.
Ooh.
There's bonus stuff on there as well. And you get 24-hour
early access.
Early access.
What's it called?
What's it called? That early access thing. Oh my gosh, that's the way my brain's been today. Earlier I forgot the word group. I literally was like, what's it called when you're like in a team, but you're not a team, but you're with people? It's like group? Yeah. Group. So
the amount of times today I've been like, and yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
because I can't think of the words to say.
I'm so glad that we're podcasters because
Yeah.
we're so great with words. We just have a certain way with words.
Yeah. And the certain way is they don't come out.
Yeah. We really were pushing out lots of words last week where we did
Oh yeah.
our normal pod and our book
Can you
club.
see
which
my
was,
product placement?
yeah, your product placement that we're not getting paid for. Jensen Button's How to Be an F1 Driver is sitting
I'm just going to invoice him.
For advertising. We should get an affiliate link.
Mm-hmm.
We did film our book club, which was on Jensen Button's How to Be an F1 Driver. If you want to listen to that, that is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, YouTube, the whole shebang. We had issues with my mic last week, so much that, oh my god, it took forever to edit, but so much that I have now hooked up 3 mics today, just in case. Because I don't want to go through the hell that was editing that again.
I just don't know how that even happened.
No. It's so frustrating. The fact that it happened for both episodes and the fact that those episodes were fat as well. PH fat. They were long. So
PH at
fatty. So, and literally, sorry, I am on one. And as I looked down, my other mic had stopped recording. So,
oh wow.
Fantastic. As we did do a lot of talking, we've got a little like funny episode today, just lots of little bits, and
I think we're talked out for a little bit, but just know that next week we will not be talked out when we're talking about our next book.
Throttled. That's the next book in the book club, guys.
And by the sound of Anna's voice, you can tell we just love it.
We just love it. We're really enjoying
It's just a great
it.
book. And this has nothing to do with the author, by the way, guys. Like,
no, literally,
you are
no
free
hate
to like this book. Like, whatever we say is literally just our opinions.
Yeah, if you like it, you like it. But we'll talk about it more next week. But, you know, if you want to read Throttled by Lauren Asher, go ahead, because it's our book club. It was heavily requested, so that's why we're doing it. I honestly think Arthur Leclerc's Punch might be better. I say that as if he wrote it. I meant that fanfic that we read that one time for the pod. And I thought that was awful.
If that's better, then that's saying something, because you know how I feel about a book or a fanfic that is heavily talking about domestic violence.
Oh, there's just something about it that just doesn't sit right with me, surprisingly.
Surprisingly, that's not a trope that I like very much.
No. But that will be later in the week. That'll be next week. So we'll keep our thoughts to ourselves there as much as we possibly can. And we can get started on our week of Formula One. I mean, Formula
E.
Yeah, Formula E came back. I enjoyed the race, but the quali, I didn't know what was going on.
When you were like, why is the quali still happening?
Literally, I was like, there's more. Oh, there's more. I mean, it's an interesting format. I enjoyed it, but the thing is that happened was that I only had one driver that I was supporting, Sam Bird because you support Sam Bird. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll support Sam Bird. And then when he didn't get past the group stages, I was like, well, now what? Because I was like, I don't know who else to root for. And it makes me realize like just how much I'm invested in every single person on the F1 grid. You know, like that I care and I know a lot about each of the drivers, that when it comes to like Formula E, then I'm like, who are these men? Like, why would I care about these men? And I'm like, oh wow, Formula One's really like got me in a chokehold. And F2, as soon as I started finding out who like more about the F2 drivers and more about like their, you know, backgrounds, personality, etc., the more I was like, I care about it now, as well as the driving. But instead, Formula E, all I cared about was the driving, which was interesting and fine. But you didn't get to watch it, did you?
No, let me just say this. All my homies hate TNT Sport. Unless you want to sponsor us, then go ahead. I don't hate you. Oh, I just love Sky Sports so much, man. I just love it. But last year, it was literally just like, I know, right? Everything you wanted to watch was on there. And throwback to the year before, because W Series was on there too. Everything you wanted to watch. You could turn it on not any day of the week, obviously, because it's only on weekends, but pretty much every weekend of the year, there was something on there. Like, honestly, it would be Formula E, then it would be IndyCar, then it would be W Series. Like, and now it's like, oh, you gotta go here for one thing, here for another thing. Like, swear to God.
I understand why the footballers have an issue with it now, because, you know, now football is on like a million different platforms.
Oh, yeah.
And I get it. It's the same with tennis. I get so annoyed. I'm like, oh, let me go and watch some Australian Open. I'm flicking through about 15 different channels trying to find it. And then it's eventually on something that I don't pay for. And I'm like, great.
Yeah. So, I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, unless you come to my house for it. So it's going to have to be the way. But I hope to get into more Formula E, because it's really interesting, and I do like the fact, like, you know, the whole overtaking, everything's very different. The cars sound completely different, and just I didn't even realize that I like the sound of F1 cars until I hit Formula E cars.
Anna's turning into one of those F1 bros who's like, the 2010 engines just sound so good.
Much better. No, because I absolutely hate how the F2 engines popped. That really hurt my ears in Zandvoort. But I like the hybrid. I do like the hybrid sound. I don't really have that much to say about Formula E because I didn't really fully get into it in a way that I'd want to. So we've got time. This year I'm planning on literally getting into Formula E, IndyCar, WEC, like whatever, like, especially now that Fred is going to be doing Le Mans, isn't he? Fred's doing Le Mans, isn't he?
Is he?
Well, yeah. Didn't you see? He's employed now.
Yeah, I thought he was in Elms.
Ah, yeah.
Didn't think he was in work. I'm on Autosport News. F2 runner-up Bestie makes Elms switch. Signed with Cool Racing. That's a good name. Cool Racing for the 2024 Elms campaign.
We are now Cool Racing stans.
Oh yeah. Let me find this, because you may be right.
Yeah, I thought it was he'll be driving at Le Mans.
Yeah, but so's our boy.
What, Jenny B?
Yeah, but he's doing WEC.
Yeah. So Elms is 24 hour at Le Mans, isn't it? God, I'm not keeping any of this in because I sound like an idiot.
No, I'm the idiot, I think, because I think that just made sense.
Yeah, isn't Elms 24 hour at Le Mans?
Why is there an S on the end? European Le Mans
Series. Oh, it's inspired by the 24 hour of Le Mans race. Oh.
Yeah, so he's not doing the Le Mans, is he?
He's doing inspired, but this is what I mean, guys. Like, there's just so much to learn.
Learn with us live.
We should make a series called Learn With Us Live, where we make ourselves sound lovely and dumb by not knowing anything. But, I mean, we are called Car Chats F1. We never claim to know anything about Elms.
We're just called Charles Chats.
Oh, we're just called Charles Chats, guys. We claim to know nothing about anything apart from Charles Leclerc.
Charles.
We actually don't know anything about anything, actually.
We actually just made up Frederick Vestie's name.
Yeah. We actually don't know who he is. So we do have so many series to watch, so there's so many things to learn, and it again makes me realize just how much I feel like I learned about F1 and F2 last year when I realized like how much there is to learn about other series. I'm like, oh shit, I actually know way more than I thought I did about F1, F2. In that vein, I can't wait for the calendar is starting to get busy. We are starting to get all the car launch dates.
I'm so excited too. Sorry, I'm just trying to read an article about this Elms thing because I thought I'd cracked the case then when you explained that it literally stands for European Le Mans Series, but. Anyway, Frederick Vesti, catch us in Imola on the 7th of July because you know I'd be following you there.
Oh, I'll go. Is this us planning this live? I'll be there. Can we go?
Oh, shit.
Oh, is that
It's Bournemouth? It's Bournemouth! What's a different one?
Spa?
No. Not happening.
Mugello?
Oh, that's in Italy.
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Catch us in Mugello, Frederick Vesti. That reminds me of that time that somebody asked us on our live, what's paddock like? And we were like,
excuse me.
Bold of you to assume that we'd know. Because why? What? I just love that. What about us exudes like paddock?
What's paddock like? It's like the. No offense to this person, if you like listening to us, like we're not making fun of you.
We
but
love
it just
you.
reminded me of we do love you because it boosted my ego to know that somebody thinks that we've gone paddock. But it just reminded me of did I send you the tweet that's like, how did you get the clouds in the background? And it was like, it's the sky, we're outside.
Yeah.
Just reminds me of stuff like that.
How did you get the paddock pass? It's a grandstand. We we paid for bronze tier.
We are literally sat among commoners right now.
Because we are commoners.
Because that is us.
Because they are
us.
As much as we want you guys to think that we are, wags, it's it's just not how it be. But
one day.
Speaking of wags, something absolutely killed me was I saw. Oh well, first of all, trigger warning, Kelly Piquet. But I
have to leave.
Sorry, actually, something's come up. Somebody posted a picture, like, because Kelly loves posting on their stories, where Kelly posted a picture of like her and Max kissing, and Hey Max B on Twitter said, "Lord me when," with like the picture, and somebody commented underneath it saying, more specifically, me with Max when I can't do this anymore. And she replied back saying, "You keeping your delusion even after seeing these pics, strong as fuck mentality." Because the pics, obviously, they're like completely like intertwined, and it's like strong mentality. Go you for thinking me with Max when those are the pictures.
That's what Anna thinks on a daily basis.
Me this week when I was like, I fell down a hole. I did. It's because I now have people sending me Max edits on the regular. I mean, I'm not going to complain, but because of that, I then fell down a Mad Max edits hole.
Can't believe it.
You genuinely
How the mighty have fallen.
Thank you for calling me mighty.
And before people see my Mercedes cap and go, "Oh, Lewis Hamilton stan," it's just because, as I've already mentioned, talking about punching makes me a bit scared.
Yeah, you don't like him. You find him scary, which is fair enough. But I fell down that hole. But I fell so deep down the Max hole this week that I was just watching his adverts. When he was in. You
need some help. Oh, you. Did you hear what you just said?
Yeah, as soon as it came out my mouth, I was.
Oh no.
This is raw and real, guys. I am being fully honest with you.
It's like a therapy session.
This is my therapy session. This is me confessing. No, this is a confessional. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I have sinned just by watching Max in adverts. Apparently, it's a sin. I mean, I think that's quite tame.
Yeah, I mean, it's tame, but also, you know, the fact that you're basically saying you had exhausted every edit known to man, and now you were turning
No.
to adverts.
No, it's because I didn't want to watch edits. I basically just somebody. It's an alternative. So somebody on Twitter.
Alternative therapy.
No, it's like exposure therapy. I'm trying to make myself cringe so that I get over it. Me when I said that person tweeted it and it was me. That was me that tweeted it. Me when. More specifically, me with Max when. Strong as fuck mentality. No, but basically somebody on my Twitter tweeted like a thread of Max adverts and I just watched them all. And it wasn't until I was like 3 in that I was like, oh dear God, like what am I doing?
Oh dear God.
Like this is enough now. Put the phone down. Like this is the time to, like, I can't park there. I gotta go touch some grass.
How did you get the clouds in the background?
Oh God. But yeah, that was unfortunately me being down bad. Speaking of down bad, since we read the Jensen Button book, I accidentally sent Amy this tweet already earlier when I went to go and send you the link for the podcast.
I was like, oh, okay, like send me the link when you're ready. And then you just sent me a tweet of Jensen Button. And I was like, thanks, but I thought we were recording a podcast.
You're like, now where's the link to the studio? But now you have the link. Would you like to read out what the tweet says?
He has the kind of face you put into a heart locket and look at it every time you go into battle.
So, for the audio listeners, it's a picture of Jensen Button, probably like circa 2007 or something, when he's got his like flowy hair, and it literally, yeah, it's giving ethereal. It's giving like, oh, sorry, I forgot I got told off for saying it's giving because apparently that's cringe. So I need to.
What? Who?
Oh, Ed. He decided to tell me that saying it's giving is like yucky.
Well,
my friend Ed,
you picking on women,
yeah,
for what they say is more icky.
I did try and say that. No, so apparently I have to think of something else, and I can't.
Have you seen this account?
No.
Oh,
what, the
they're
Twitter
not
account?
living up to their name. They're not living up to their name. It's meant to be hourly Jensen Button.
Oh.
But they're definitely not doing it every hour, because if they were, I'd be following this account straight away.
You've got to get onto them. You'd be like, excuse me. You're like, I want to take over the account. You want to be admin.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
I
want to
take
admin
over
this
the
account.
account. There's a few photos, but it's definitely not hourly, unfortunately. That's a shame.
They need to get on that.
But yeah, that photo is lovely. Although I've really started to go off necks. F1 drivers and their massive necks. Ugh. I hate it.
It gives you the thing that they purposefully train for driving. You're like, ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
It'd be more impressive if they were like world champion with a skinny neck.
You're like, that's the new thing, is that they have to try and become world champion with the skinniest neck possible.
Skinniest neck.
That's like, it's got to be like a world record. That's Max's new thing. Sorry, Max, you got to lose all the bulk off your neck, and then I'll only then see you as a true world champion if you become world champion with a skinny neck.
Yeah,
I get what you mean though, because that's like when I first got into F1 properly, and I was like, why do they look like that?
Why is their like head and down here just the same, just like straight down?
Same.
It doesn't come in at all.
I was also used to their neck width through growing up in Wales because of rugby. Like, you know, everyone's
That's so
like,
true.
neck and head is like the same width. But then the only thing is that rugby, then their shoulders like balance that out.
Yeah.
As for then F1 when they're still skinny, it's like everything's the same width.
Their neck width is the same as their like waist width. Like
Yeah. I know, they got skinny ass waists, little slutty waists. Little snatch slutty waists. I love it.
I mean, he still looks hot in that photo, don't get me wrong, but the neck is just too much. It's like that one photo of Charles that you really like and all I see is neck.
Is it the one of him like in the pit lane where he's like that?
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Because now I picture it in my brain, all I can see is neck.
Well, anyway, back to the Mercedes car launch that I didn't talk about.
Yeah, isn't that the same day as Ferrari? Or Ferrari the 13th? Yeah, McLaren and Mercedes are on the 14th. Ferrari's on the 13th.
Woo-hoo! Valentine's Day with my loves.
I know, I literally was about to say that is peak Valentine's Day for me. Is we need to just like have a get together and just sit and wait for the car launch. I'm excited. This is peak
It's
life.
not like we both have boyfriends on Valentine's Day.
No, I'm not booked and busy.
Oh yeah,
babe.
I know. I suddenly thought about this because the other day at dance, all the younger girls were like, you know, because they're in school, they were like, my boyfriend hasn't asked me to be his Valentine's. And I was like, oh shit, yeah, Chris has got to ask me to be his Valentine. So if he doesn't ask me, then I'll be watching these car launches without even thinking about him.
I didn't even realize that was a thing. I'm going to be watching the car launches without thinking about anybody. I will be seated. You will find me. I was about to say you'll find me front row. You won't find me anywhere near the event because they haven't invited me. But
front row of my TV.
I will be front row of my TV. Is it on TV? I don't even know, but I'll be front row. Front row of my Twitter
some of them
timeline.
were on TV last year. I swear, some of them were on Sky Sports last year.
Oh, sick. What colour do you think they're going to go?
I hope they stay with black.
Mm.
But, I mean, they could potentially go silver again. 1 year, please, Mercedes, please. Black with, like, neon pink piping.
That's like I saw someone do that as a concept for Alpine this year.
Well, I don't care about Alpine, but Mercedes...
Mercedes, however, should do it. Well, I did like the like neon-y green kind of thing they had, like that teal that they had this year. I wish there was a bit more of it. I feel like you could really jazz up an F1 car livery. Like,
they should just employ us.
Yeah. Come on, guys. I've got my iPad. I can draw you a good design.
I got an iPad and an Apple Pencil.
I've got an iPad and an Apple Pencil. But, you know, if you do want to hit us up, sponsor us, you know, you can find us carchatsf1@gmail.com. I really do hope they go rogue. But speaking of Mercedes, have you seen George recently?
I seen him... Was that yesterday? He went to Man United.
Mm-hmm. He is looking like a member of the royal family, but in a good way. Like the prettiest member of the royal family. Like
OG Prince William.
OG Prince William. Like 2002 Prince William is George Russell. Current George Russell, 2002 Prince William. As long as George Russell doesn't lose his hair and cheat on his wife.
But if he does that photo where it's got King written on him...
Oh my god, don't. I'd lose my mind. I'd lose my mind. That needs to happen. Mercedes admin. Please. This needs to happen. George needs to recreate that photo. He is our king. I would be on my knees.
But you're saying he looks like royal family. Surely you've seen... He looks exactly like Cillian Murphy.
Oh, but I don't like.
No,
Cillian
I don't
Murphy,
like Cillian Murphy. Okay, let me put it different. Cillian Murphy copied him. Have you seen the photos? Have you seen the photos?
No.
I found something that you haven't seen. I found something you haven't seen.
That's very rare.
Sent it to you. That's extremely rare because yesterday we were sending each other tweets and be like, that was just on my timeline. That was just on my timeline.
Yeah, we genuinely were just trading timelines. We were like, wow, we share the same brain cell and we share the same timeline. Looks like he's about to put it into the wall at Singapore with half a lap to go. No.
He's copied him.
He has. What a slay, though. I mean, I'd love to be like style icon George Russell.
Talking of George,
I think I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah, I need to find it. It was a thread. Either like moments in F1 that I can't believe happened, or like moments with George Russell that I can't believe happened.
Oh, I saw that. I have that thread.
Yay.
I'll have it somewhere because I did see it. F1 moments that live rent free in my brain. George asking Lily for Alex's nudes. Yeah. Yeah. So this happened. I think this happened back in like sometime like Singapore, where Lily put a question sticker up being like, post a pic of, you know, one of those like, and then you get people to tell you what to post a pic of. And she put, but post a pic of, and then it's George asked for a dick pic of Alex. And then she put, if anyone has them, it would be you, George Russell.
Oh, my boyfriends are so funny.
Oh my gosh. And that ties absolutely perfectly into that time that Nikita Mazepin said, I have a secret about you, mate, that people might call a coming out.
I can't. That's my...
Every time I see that, I can't believe that's real.
My favourite thing, I think, ever. Like, genuinely, like, not just my favourite F1 thing. Like, I genuinely just, every time I see it, I just can't help but laugh. I
can't believe that happened. I can't believe that's real.
I have a secret about you that I can call a coming out. And the way the screenshot is him just eating some toast.
It's the toast. It just gets me every time.
It's the toast and the eyes. The eyes.
It's just perfect. There's literally, I don't think anything in this universe is ever going to be as perfect as that. And do you know what? I never want to know what he meant. I'm happy with that being completely unresolved.
Secret about you, like, look, coming out.
I'm happy with that being unresolved for the rest of my life because that is so funny. That is iconic. As much as I hate half the stuff that Nikita Mazepin's done.
Every time I see that, I just can't help. But I can't.
Oh, that gets
so
me.
Good. It's so good. Oh my god.
That entire thread, which by the way is by @MaxVerseThighs, is what. So
Shut up! Shut up! You're lying.
Oh my god! It took me a second to clock that.
The way you said it. So, and by the way, guys, that was by MaxVerseThighs. Shout out to MaxVerseThighs.
MaxVerseThighs. Which is also what gets sent to me 95% of the time on TikTok. Is
I genuinely thought you made that up. Oh, I genuinely thought you were making fun of me then.
No.
My God.
So shout out to MaxVerseThighs for that fantastic tweet. F1 moments that live rent free in my brain.
They do live rent free in my brain.
Completely.
Too. My brain can't work anymore after that.
Completely rent free in my brain. Speaking of social media stuff, though, did you see how? Well, actually, it's not really speaking of social media stuff. It's hard pivoting because I don't know how you pivot from MaxVerseThighs. It's hard pivoting. Did you see that Red Bull and Mercedes are fighting for rights over Charles Leclerc on their social media?
No.
So basically, Mercedes posted a picture of, I'm pretty sure it was Lewis. Mercedes posted missing this, and it's Lewis and Charles. I'm pretty sure that's in Monza or Mexico, not sure. Posted a picture of Lewis and Charles racing and put missing this with a heart. And then someone said they're coming for Charles, they're taking Charles from the Red Bull admin, and then Red Bull admin posted a picture of when they said, "What do you want to see?" as a question sticker, and someone said Lestappen, and they posted like a picture of Charles and Max, and then someone said the teams are fighting for him. Like, they literally are like, the social media rights for Charles belong to every team apparently. He's a valuable social asset. So, but oh my god, I do have a question to ask you. What do Michael Jordan, Aaron Phillips, and LeBron James not have in common with Charles Leclerc? They all are good at other sports other than their main sport. Because my god, is Charles just showing that it's not just basketball that he's not good at. He posted the pictures of him falling over while skiing as well. And I'm sure he's fine enough at skiing. But I mean, good on you, boy, for owning it, because it did make me chuckle. It really did make me laugh. But I just find it hilarious. It's pretty consistent across F1 drivers that they're just like not very good at other sports. But when you have people like Michael Jordan was so good at multiple sports that when he took a year off basketball, he played semi-professional baseball. LeBron James was so good at American football and basketball that he had to choose which one he wanted to do professionally. And like same with Aaron Phillips with like the NBA and Aussie Rules. Like she was so good at both. And then you have people like Charles Leclerc who who appear to have one sporting talent. And fair enough. I think it's safe to say that Charles Leclerc was not that guy in PE who could do every sport.
That's
which
his
is
13th
good.
reason.
This is no. No, this is good. It's humbling. He can't be pretty and talented. So I mean, and no, he is talented. I take it back.
That's
He's
his 13th reason. That's it right there. He can't be pretty and talented. To be fair, that's what men say about women. So to be,
Exactly. But no, he is talented, and I really want him to do well next season. He's a very talented racing car driver, and I'm sure he's talented in other areas, and he's like multilingual. I take it all back.
Oh my god. In Charles's defense here, all of those people are good at ball sports.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's good at the vroom vroom turn around a corner sport.
But you know what? As Max Verstappen has said in the past, there are balls involved in F1. Remember Max Verstappen's tweet from like 2013? Although sports only require one ball. But you know what F1 requires? 2 balls. Just leave that one there.
Well,
I do have a little bit of trivia that I would like to bring up that I found really interesting. I'm not sure if you've seen this. Do you know how Alex Albon got his nickname Albano? Oh, you've seen this.
I've been new because of his O positive.
Yeah. You already knew this. I didn't realize that. So because it's on his suit, just in case you guys didn't know, it said Albon, and then next to it had O positive when they used to have their blood types on their suits. So that's how he got his nickname Albano. That's so cute.
Me and Albon are matching blood types.
Oh, cute. Universal donors. Sorry, as we've been recording, I have just seen that apparently McLaren have done a Taylor Swift reputation-esque cleanse of their social media. Oh my god, they have archived everything on their social media. They have
it's
pulled
the bloody Monster Energy, isn't it? They're gonna do like green, like bright green Monster Energy.
No.
If they do that, I'm officially no longer a McLaren fan.
Bold statement. It says whatever it takes.
Yeah. Oh, Imagine Dragons. Whatever it takes.
I've been
They'll put it back
a hell
up.
of a job. Yeah. I just feel for that person that had to sit there clicking all of those to archive them all.
But hope you were paid well.
Speaking of McLaren, in the background here on my head, I'm actually scared to touch it. It's been on my wall, so I'm scared to touch it. We have the Oscar Piastri Signed McLaren cap. If you want to see a visual of this, you've got to check out our Instagram or YouTube, guys. Incredibly excited. A big shout out to Annabelle for making this happen. This is our one. And Amy has disappeared, so I'm waiting for her to come back. Is that the other one?
Yeah.
You haven't given it.
No.
I'm too scared to put it on because I don't want to get makeup on it.
The Oscar Piastri touched this with his bare hand. I hope.
Said when I first I hope. I literally said when I received this, and I was like, oh my god, he's touched this with his bare hands. I was like, I'm not gonna be weird about it. I'm not gonna sound weird about it. Be like, oh my god, he's touched this. You know what I mean? Like, but I was like, this. I was so happy, so happy. So this is taking pride in place in our virtual studio at the moment. We did also ask you guys if there's anything that you wanted us to talk about. So we will finish off the episode with talking a little bit about what you guys want us to talk about. And there seems to be a general consensus. So obviously, Sophie asked for Steiner opinions, because that did happen this week. I think people have talked about it so much that I actually was over it very quickly.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay. I just found it more funny that he got dropped as team principal the week that he had to go and do a presentation at the Autosport show.
Not to be a negative person, but I mean, he had to go. Let's be realistic. He weren't the best team manager going, team principal.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gunther. You got to go.
Yeah, no, I didn't really have many feelings about it. Sorry.
Not at all.
Not really.
My only
Sorry,
feeling
guys.
was the Netflix being like, oh no.
Yeah, DTS be crap at themselves. And I feel like everybody else has talked about everything else. So I feel like you guys really don't need our opinions on that.
No.
But yeah, somebody else said trying to make sense of Formula E as an F1 girl, but it's still not making sense. I feel that. I literally made a whole TikTok about that. So I feel you there, girl. If you want to know more about Formula E, at Formula Fadia made a good guide, and we did a shout out for a full guide last week that I'll pop in the show notes again that somebody made. That was really fun. So if you want to find out a bit more about that. But I think it is just one of those things you just got to watch to understand.
Yeah, I don't really keep up with it outside of just watching it either. And yeah, it's a fun one to watch if you get interested in things because of personalities and stuff. It'll take a while.
Yeah, it's a bit harder to find that with Formula E. But Charlotte said, can you talk about just how perfect Albon is, really? I could talk all day about that. I love Alex Albon, and I think he is fantastic. I will rave about him, about his driving, about everything. I will say Alex Albon to Ferrari in 2025, just in time for Ferrari to get a championship-winning car. I'm on that Albono train. He's beautiful. Well, Mahindra AI employee and Formula E. Yeah. I mean, again, guys, this has been and gone.
Yeah. It was a bit of a slap in the face.
As a woman?
Yeah. Well, and just in general. I mean, yeah, definitely as a woman, but also just got a tight budget this year. You can't even have a real person, really. But I mean, the first thing I thought was there definitely wasn't a woman involved in the process of this idea at all.
Nope.
At any point, the creation, the planning, the execution.
There was not a single woman that laid eyes
no
on
woman
that.
in sight.
Either that, or she just wasn't listened to. Because just in case you guys aren't aware, Mahindra, the Formula E team, posted that they were going to use an AI content creator, and it was a woman, and everyone was like, "Wow, yep, you really couldn't just hire a woman out of all the female content creators that exist." It's, yeah, like you said, a slap in the face to everything, and also makes you realize that they must just be completely male dominated in their ideations, like a social department.
Hmm.
So,
Crazy, but they went back on it, so I guess that's
yeah, they got
about
a
as
lot of
good as you can
backlash.
get, apart from just not doing it in the first place.
Yeah, and it's just, yeah, a lot of frustrating things like that have happened this week. Sarah said, Lando's new pose, maybe he wants to be the new walking meme. And also, Dakshayan Nirali also said the pose Lando's been doing in every post. And so a few people have been asking about. He just looks like a classic gap year British boy.
He's just on his gap year. He's just on his gap year.
He's just on his gap year.
I love that person who made the video of I'm gonna start using plastic straws again. It's like everywhere that Lando Norris has been since Abu Dhabi.
His Lando Norris's world tour. Him
Yeah.
just using him alone using all of the jet fuel in the entire world, and everyone's like, "Well, great."
Yeah.
So, I don't want to leave on that note, but I just saw that Leo just tweeted, McLaren is so brave for creating all this buzz around their announcement, because imagine if the car sucks. It's going to be like steak kick team steak all over again.
We're gonna be called like Monster McLaren Team or something like
Oh,
that.
fuck off. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if that is the...
That would actually be the final straw for me. I joke about the green, the neon green, whatever, but if they actually start calling themselves like Monster McLaren, it's not happening.
It's over. It's over. It's over, not in a good way.
Oh my gosh.
But on that note, guys, we hope and pray that by the time you listen to this, it is not Monster McLaren. So good luck to them in their reputation era. But yeah. On that note, you can find us on TikTok and Instagram and Threads at CarChatsF1, as well as on YouTube. And our Patreon is at patreon.com/carchatsf1 if you want to support the podcast, get some bonus content, early access, and help keep us ad free. I'm at AnnaXF1 on TikTok.
I'm AmyXF1 on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter.
Nice. On Instagram, I'm at can't even say my
At
name. On Instagram, I'm at oh fuck me. On Instagram, I'm at Anabominable, and on Twitter, I'm at AnneryXF1. I am yet to pick a consistent username, guys, but it's all linked in my link tree anyway. So, but yeah, don't forget to give us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We are actively fighting the men that call us Charles Chats and try and give us 1-star reviews. So fight the men, fight the good fight, please.
5 stars only, as I say every week. Do it for Jensen Button.
Do it for Jenny B. Do it for Daddy
Jenny
Zippy.
B.
But we'll see you in the next one, guys. Don't forget to read Throttled if you want to.
We're not forcing you.
We're not forcing you. If you want to partake in the conversation. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!
Bye.